Now, according to Christopher Musa, he said that the military food were okay, but it was me, Justice Crack, that told them to remove all those things, that there was meat, there was every other thing which he didn't mention, that I told them to remove it. I never knew I was maybe chief of staff. I never knew I was a commander or general that I would give a military officer order to do something. In fact, as a statement of fact, I never told any military officer to remove whatever is in their food.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. This is Trend with Peace. So guys, Justice Crack finally replied the Minister of Defense. Guys, you guys know that Justice Crack was arrested over the statements he made because he actually advocated for the army. So he was arrested some months ago. So the Minister of Defense was interviewed and was asked the current situation of the security system in Nigeria and also the reason why Justice Crack was arrested. So it was like Justice Crack was arrested because he told the army to remove the meat in their food so that it would be as if they are being maltreated. So that was why Justice Crack was arrested. So Justice Crack came out and debunked that it was a big lie, that he never asked the army to remove their meat from the food. You understand? So guys, now before I show you the full video, I'm going to show you the interview and what the Minister of Defense has to say. So guys, let's watch the video
feel that
together.
The military are underfunded. Only 1.504 trillion was designated to the army. Is that enough?
It's not enough. They've increased our pay. When they started, a soldier was collecting 49,000 monthly. We try so hard now, it's collecting 100,000.
Enlighten us as to the matter with Oyo. Is it that we're impatient because people are still counting days?
And you know, it's a very sad event. Unfortunately, bad things do happen. For whatever reason, they are looking for leverage because we have some of their commanders with us and they feel taking these kids and holding them to ransom will make us release their commander. And now we've threatened when we wanted to take action against that. If we come any closer, they're going to kill all the kids.
Would you support the perspective of people like Adams Oshiomhole, who says it's time for the death penalty?
I think we should do that. There must be deterrence. The laws are soft and that's why people take advantage. If they know once you commit an offense, there must be punishment.
Like Justice Crack was exposing the lack of proper feeding. What was so wrong with that?
The soldiers' food was okay. There was meat, there was all this, but he told them to pull out those things out and make it look as if this was went on.
Justice Crack that told them to remove all those things, that there was meat, there was every other thing which he didn't mention, that I told them to remove it. I never knew I was maybe chief of staff. I never knew I was a commander or general that I would give a military officer order to do something. In fact, as a statement of fact, I never told any military officer to remove whatever is in their food. In fact, to clarify this, I never reached out to the military. They reached out to me. The officers reached out to me because of the publicity I have. I made that video in good faith so that the military can pay attention to our brothers who are serving in the army, to pay more attention to them and to give them more working environment and better welfare. It is quite painful to see someone I hold in high esteem go on national TV to lie against me, to defame my personality, stating that I told the military to remove meat from their food and the military officers will listen to me. Now, since I came out from the military detention, since after my kidnapping, which was on the 28th of April, I decided not to go into details because the matter was in court. Dear Minister of Defense, Christopher Musa, it will interest you to know that your men adopted me. Let me show you. Look at this hand. Did you see? Look at this hand. Look at this one. Did you see? This hand is swollen. I cannot use this hand to lift anything. That was because I was cuffed backward. My hand was cuffed like this for 3 days. I was blindfolded for 3 days. I was receiving slap intermittently from nowhere. I don't know why. As I'm talking to you, I still have ear pain. I was traumatized. I came out and I wrote something which I praised DSS because the DSS saved me that I was almost dying. When I was transferred to the DSS, I had cold because I spent 3 days in military detention where you were putting me inside cold room every night for 3 days. I went through all that. I have not said anything since the matter is in court. But for the minister to come out and say that I, Justice Crack, I told a military, do you know what it means for a civilian to tell a military officer, remove meat? I'm now be giving them order as who? I have to make it clear to the public. I never at any time say such thing. With everything I went through in your hand, I deserve an apology. I deserve to be apologized to because what you claim as an offense that I did, I am not the first person to say it. In fact, I am not the second person. Retired generals have said something like that. They have posted it. They have complained about the same military welfare. What was my offense? Or is there any other thing I need to know? At this point, I think maybe my life you people want. When your men kidnapped me, my car was intact. I was not driving. They released my car, battered. They intentionally destroyed my car, disconnected airbag, destroyed my car that I bought less than 5 days to that day. As a struggling Nigerian citizen, do you know what it means in this generation to save money and buy a car I still bought on loan? But you people released my car in battered. But here the minister is saying that I told the military officers to remove meat from food. Dear Nigerians, I state it again, I never said that. Thank you.
Respect for the office of the Minister of Defense you are occupying. This is a retired general, General Christopher Musa, who opened his own mouth in a national TV while granting an interview, whatever it is, to say that Justice Crack, a civilian, ordered his men, ordered soldiers in the bush to remove the meat in their food and snap that food and send to him for him to publish it, for Nigerians to look at the food and see and make a judgment that there was no meat in the food. And your men obeyed a civilian and they carried that act accordingly. Because Justice Crack is now a military officer or a commanding officer or an army general, that Justice Crack have got the power to order your men, and you open your mouth on national TV to say that. That shows that you have no respect for Nigerians, and you have no respect for that same office of a defense minister you claim to be occupying, and you have no respect for the presidency, all because of political sentiment. And I'm going to say this respectfully, General Christopher Musa. You see, it's beginning to look as if your appointment was a mistake. You are beginning to look as if you are misfit for the job that you actually claim that you are doing. It's beginning to look like the whole celebration or celebratory behavior we all exhibited the day we heard about your appointment was a very, very huge mistake. In fact, it was a mistake appointing you in the first place, because you have no difference to the people that are oppressing Nigerians every day. A man of your class, a man of your education, a man of your status, who have served the Nigerian military for nothing less than 29 years, that you still open your mouth to say that a civilian ordered your men. Because that civilian is Justice Crack. Because you don't want to take accountability, you don't want to take responsibility of your failure and the failure of the Nigerian army, because of their brutality, the way they behave, or the way they behaved with Justice Crack. And I listened to Justice Crack's video, how he was explaining what he experienced with the Nigerian military. Because you know that you people broke the law. You know very well that was illegal activity that your men did. But instead of you to accept accountability, or better still, not to say anything, you choose to lie. You choose to open your mouth, a defense minister, to lie against the military, to lie against Nigerians, and to lie against the pain and suffering of your own men who are being unalive every day in the bush. He goes on to say a lot about your office and what you represent. And I'm not talking to you as an army general because you're retired. I'm talking to you as a Nigerian who is occupying a public position, the defense minister. No wonder our defense has turned to the defense of Manchester United under Maguire, that you can no longer defend your block. No wonder that your men are being unalive every day like chicken. It doesn't move you. Your junior soldiers are being barbecued every day under your watch because you're a colossal failure. Your office has become a caricature, a joke of the century, a joke of itself. If people like you can come out, no shame, no disgrace,